Good evening YouTube, welcome back. To those new to the channel, I'm Matthew and this is Matthew Hawker Gaming. So today we're going to do our traditional release draft video. Sorry, I apologise before this. I just say my release draft video is slightly late because due to the fact that OBS updated, my audio settings didn't save correctly, so my last video recorded without audio and I chose not to release it. Alright, today we're going to draft the new set, which is going to be Secrets of Strixhaven. So today it's a return to Strixhaven. Strixhaven was one of the Magic sets that released in lockdown though, so it's not one I remember very well. But it's like the Harry Potter Magic set, because it's set in a Magic campus or university, as you call it, and various colour combinations are like associated with various schools or houses, as there'll be in Harry Potter. Right, alright, so we're going to go into a draft. So don't know draft. Draft is the way to play that involves you basically, you don't start with a constructed deck. It's basically you build a deck as you go along. So for instance, in draft, you take turns in taking a pick out of a pack of rotating booster packs. You basically open a pack, you take a card out of it, you pass to the next player, and so on and so forth. Right, so, and there's also various other ways of playing limited with sealed decks, the other one in which you open 6 packs and you basically build a deck. So in both of these formats, you're looking at playing a 40 card deck with ideally you playing 23 cards with 17 land. Is the normal. Hold on, I just need to let my dog out. She might need to go out. Do you need to go out, Soph? See my channel logo of my dog. She's just being distracted. Right, she's been let out. Right, so we're going to go into a draft. Wish me luck. So I do these drafts on release. So what we're doing the Premier draft. The difference between the Premier draft. So Premier draft is slightly more expensive than a normal draft, because a normal draft, the one we do with bots, is 5,000. Premier draft is 10,000, or you get a token which you can get on the season pass, for instance on tier 10, and you can use that, and now you've already used it. This is like my second attempt. Alright, we're going to pay 10,000, we're going to go straight into a draft. For those new to channel, I've been playing like 25 years. I mainly play draft and commander. I've got a lot of experience in limited anyway. I mean, I also do various other content for MTG on the channel. I do various videos in addition to my content for Arena. Well, I do other videos for Arena. I do mostly brawl decks. I also do various videos for the various other modes at some point, like what Cube when it's on. I do paper videos for Commander, for instance. I also do content for various other TCGs. So once you play Magic, the other TCGs come naturally. Right, so we're on to our first pack. It's basically got we got a selection. It's Pensive Professor. It's whenever one or more +1/+1 counters on this creature, draw a card with increment, which seems alright. You've got Spellbook Seeker, and then you've got some aggressive Boros cards. I don't like Simic or Quandrix, or whatever it's called now, so I really don't want to end up in those colours. I know it's wrong, but I have strong preference. I do think the Flash Flying Trample with increment is very, very good. I also think the Professor's good. I'll take the Professor. It doesn't commit you to that much. You mean you could end up in blue-red, for instance, and it will still be good? Right. We've got right, so basically the cards in this set, basically the multicolored cards have got a greater kind of power threshold because they're gold cards and they're harder to cast. I'm looking at what we say with the blue. What we can do. I like the Topiary Lecturer at the uncommon. Giant Growth is in the extra sheet for some reason. I also like the Destroy Target Artifact or Creature on Grapple with Death, for instance. The rest of the pack is okay, it's not amazing. I like the Lecturer, I'll try the Lecturer. I don't want to end up in Quandrix, really. Alright, so now we could basically go into the things. Alright, so we've got the... okay, so we've got Wisdom of Ages, return all instants or sorceries from graveyard to hand. We've got the... I'm probably going to take the Cuboid Colony. The Shopkeeper's Bane is also very good. I think the Cuboid Colony's got more thing. We're going to take the Cuboid Colony. Yeah, so you're looking at things that in limited. You're looking at things that creatures, also things that kill a creature. If they don't think twice about it. But like, I'm probably going to end up in Quandrix, which is kind of annoying. I hate the color combination. It's not my favorite. I'm going to take the Perifractal. I also think Feed the Swarm is also potentially very good, but this thing is... So I've been quite impressed with this. This is technically my third draft of this format. So this is a bit like a Experimental Crisis, other than you don't gain that much life, but it's still an XX. It also has evasion, and it also has... There's things that trigger when you gain life. For instance, there's mainly across the varying colours. So I'll take the Perifractal. I've said this before, but I think the artwork on this looks a bit Lord of the Ringsy. With the thing, alright, so creatures get a +1 to trample as long as you gain life. So that's a 3/3 with ward. Also, the Hungry Graphlon with reach and increment seems quite good. I think the Graphlon is better than the other one for us. Alright, so let's see what we can get. Anyway, it's all about like being open to reading colour signals. I don't really like this colour combination. It's not my cup of tea at all. Alright, so now we get a Fractal Mascot passed to us. That's when it enters tap target creature, put a stun counter on it. That's a 6/6 trampler. Also, the Spellbook Secret is quite good. So, like... I'm probably going to take the Mascot. Right, so we want some bombs in our colours, like the dragon, for instance. I just drafted the dragon in another draft, and it's pretty good. It's a 6/6 trampler. It gives you instants and sorceries Cascade, I believe. Or does it Cascade? I can't quite remember. Anyway, it's still a bomb. Most of the dragons, all the houses, colleges, or whatever you want to call them. I'm probably going to refer to things in this video by their old terms as well, because I'm an old school player. I've been playing 25 years. Alright, so I'm probably going to call this a Simic deck. Yeah, so it's worth bearing in mind your packs, your things are timed in this mode, but like you start with 60 seconds on clock, and then it goes down progressively. You see how many people are using the magic avatar. The bulk of it, one person's using a Turtles, one person's using a Golem, all the rest are Magic Universe, and they still haven't picked by then. So the first pack goes clockwise, the second pack goes anti-clockwise, and the third pack goes back in the other direction. You're looking at playing 40 card decks, so you're looking at playing 23 cards with 17 lands. I'll take the Biomancer. It's just a thing. It's 2/2 for 2, which is a bear, but it has an ability which you can pump it by paying 3. It is. So it also has a gain 1 life ability, which is also triggers off some various other things. Like we don't have any of the ones that trigger. We probably want this when it tap a target creature when it casts instant sorcery. Yeah, we'll take that. Stun something for at least a turn. Let me know what your favourite colour combination to draft in this set is. My favourite thing is Silver Coil, to be honest, but like I haven't got a chance to draft it yet. I should be doing an in-paper draft at the weekend. So if you're watching from my gameplay group, Matthew wants to play Silver Coil. My dog also is black and white. She's a Shih Tzu. She's Sofa, isn't it? It's the channel before. She was with us earlier, but she escaped. Right, so I don't want Giant Growth. Draw 3 cards, may put a land from the battlefield. Oh, it's 5 mana though. I'll just take another Biomancer. Oh, that's pretty good. That's really good at this point. So it's the Shopkeeper's Bane. That guy seemed very good. It's a 4/2 with trample. It gains you life and some other stuff. What more do you want? Put +2/+1 and get counters on target creatures seems quite good. That also seems good. What's this do? Discard and I've got. Oh, it's got Grandeur. That's a random returning mechanic. That's an old mechanic. Oh, it auto picks me. I won't worry about it. I was just getting distracted what the Grandeur does. Alright, so we've got Traumatic Critic, which is probably what we're going to take because it's eminently splashable because it's like single pip red, which means it's do 8 damage to any target, draw 2 cards, discard a card, so it's like a fireball kind of effect. So we're looking at getting a Terramorphic Expanse on some of the other cards. So we'll take that. We'll probably end up playing it. Okay, so we're looking at the thing cards. So what do we want? We've got a Bane, we've got a Perifractal. Spellbook Seeker or the Sloth is very, very good. Create 2 black. I think the Sloth is just really good. It's a 4/4 reach guy. When he dies, make 2 pests. So that's pretty good. The Spellbook Seeker is also good. The Mythic isn't that great in Limited, I don't... Oh, actually, wait. No, actually, that's really, really good in Limited, but I'm not going to play against it, and it doesn't have a hold value. No, I think they actually said that's a 5 on the 1 to 5 scale. This card isn't very... pack isn't very good for us. Right, I'm probably going to take the Paradox, the land. Yeah, I'm just going to take the land. Don't mind having a couple of come into play tap lands, but I think you want to probably try and avoid as many of those as you can. We obviously we want looking for an Evolving Wild or somewhat kind of way to generate red mana. I can't remember if the topo. No, it only taps for green, unfortunately. Yeah. Busy week for me. So there's a lot of other games coming out. As a thing, there's a set for like I play most TCGs to some description. I've covered various of them on the channel over the time I do. I think Hearthstone is one I feature mostly, and I do various other things like Eternal. I should have a playlist for all these games, and so they all feature. The thing is, scroll to the playlist. Feature list if when it enters, draw 2 cards, or this costs 1 less. For a bounce spell, take the ward guy. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not that excited for the pack. All right, so Simic. When in combat, you may pay X when you move X counters from this creature onto target thing. That seems okay. We'll have one. Yeah, so there's my most exciting thing coming out tomorrow is there's an expansion for Diablo. There's the Diablo 4 for those that aren't keeping up. So this is technically the second expansion for the game. There's a new bit of storyline, and there's basically the debut of the Paladin class. So I'll be playing some of that tomorrow. I think it's 5 or 6 hours away from this. I probably won't be playing it as soon as it comes out, but I'll be playing it within 24 hours anyway. Right, so I'll be doing that, and there's a new set for TCG Pocket tomorrow as well. Well, we're getting loads of cuboid colonies. They're telling me to just take them because they seem quite good. It's as long as they grow, they don't have to grow much, basically, and they grow for very little cost. Right, enters prepared. So that's a 2/1 with Vibrant Idea, which attaches the 2-mana divination thing. But there's also got Knockout Maneuver, put a +1 target creature control and it deals damage. So think about that. We're probably going to take... The Simic struggles to deal with permanents when creatures and stuff when they hit the table. So that's a good way to deal with it. So we'll take the thing, and it's also an uncommon, so you're less likely to get them. Right. So when this enchantment enters, put a 3/1 counts on it. Being your combat, put a +1 creature. Alright, so we'll try that. Zombify is also very good if you're in those colours. Let me know what the best card you've pulled in the new set is. Alright, so we're going to... Oh, let's see, that seems quite good for us. 5 mana to cut us the thing, or the reach guy with increment. I'll take him. I've got... they're both very, very good. Spellbook Seeker or the Perifractal, actually. Oh, they're both good. Take the Perifractal because it's a bit more flexible. Right. Yes, I'm going to play Simic for your entertainment. Right. I just don't like Simic. They say the first card I played in 60 card constructed was Green Blue Madness. basically, and then it's like, that deck was fine, but it's like, I just don't like the thing. I've also played Merfolk at some point, and sometimes quite often that Simic combination. Alright, so look at the pack when it enters, look at top 5 cards, you have an island or card with X, with Reach on a 3-mana hybrid thing. That seemed, the Boris card seemed quite good. Brain Freeze with Storm, but like in Limited I don't feel that card is very good. You need to draft around it easily. Alright, I'm probably going to take the Paradox Surveyor because he used to reveal a land card or card with X. Yeah, so I'm going to take that. Alright, so this card is very, very good. The Wasteland Scavenger, it enters prepared. Thing, nothing not to like about that. It's also a bear. I'd probably play it in most graveyard-based decks will love it, and it's also a 4/4 with Death March, so that's an easy pick. The thing is pretty good. Right, so now we're going to see what we can do. So this pack isn't fantastic again, doesn't have much for me. We'll take another hypothesis, or we could have the quick study. Actually, we'll just have the quick study. We've already got the hypothesis. I'll take one. I'll take a quick study. I've already got the hypothesis. I think they're both fine cards. So then, once I've drafted, I'll show you how I build the deck. Probably another Sloth. It's just pretty good. The only drawback with the Sloth is basically either it gets countered when it comes in or if it gets exiled. There is a 4-mana black spell that's instant speed that will exile it. I think it's instant speed anyways, 4-mana exile card. But like the Sloth is pretty good. It's got Reach, lots of abilities. Right, so now we can look at the pack. Alright, so what do we want? It's probably the Fractal, right? Or oh no! So we've got the Avatar. I forgot about the Aviators. Whenever this creature attacks, it becomes prepared and it gives things flying. We'll probably take the Aviator, to be honest. Slightly lower on curve. You're looking at playing a few things in the early game, most of the things in the middle of the game, and quite a few things at either end. I don't think we've got any outrageous bombs in this one, but like we'll see how it goes. Right, so we're going to be Shopkeeper's Bane. Easy choice. I don't know if that's one of the best thing commons. It's quite good. This is taps for blue, but can only be used on instants, but instants or sorceries. But like, it's still a good early blocker. It blocks most of the 2 power. Well, it blocks the 2/2s unless they have a combat trick. And it accelerates the spells. Right. Okay, so this is pretty good. Return out to 1 non-land permanent or the So I'm not actually sure what I think. I like the Topiary Lecture and I like the Gaze as well, but I'm more a creature player. I'll take this. It's similar to an older card thing. I can take the Mascot. I don't know if that's right. Yeah. It's similar to an older card, one of the elves that evolves. What elf is it? I can't remember. I play quite a lot of elves over the years. I did a video on them in Commander. I've done a video on elves in Brawl as well, so I've nearly done most of them. Hypothesis. Much of a muchness at this point. You're not going to end up playing most of them. Right, we'll go into the deck building after this. So the difference with the drafts in Arena is you don't play against the people in your pod. Whereas if you're playing in paper, generally you generally play against people that have drafted with you in your pod, unless depending on what level tournaments you're playing at, and then sometimes you'll play out of pod, for instance. So you're playing, and sometimes directly, or most often if you're playing with the companion app, you play the person diagonally opposite you. I don't know if that is 100% on all of them, but I feel that it's the case in most of the cases. So you pretty much know who you're playing in the first round, and then it's random from there. Well, semi-random anyway. Right, I'll just show you how I build the deck. Alright, so now the cards you've drafted are at the far right-hand side of the screen. So now I would take out basically every card that isn't in your main colour and anything you don't think you're going to play. So for instance, I'll take out the Page, for instance. I'll take out every card that isn't in the main colour. Right, so we're going to keep Traumatic Critic in, for instance, like Swamp. Right, so we've got 50 cards. We need to drop cards, but basically to start with some things. Right, so we take out some cards. We take out the oracles. So the Channeler is good. We'll keep that. We'll keep the Tester. We'll keep the Biomancers. We'll keep the Cuboids. We'll keep the Virtuosos. We'll probably need to cut the Pensive Study. We'll keep the Quick Study. Effervescence is the ones we don't think we want. Knockout Maneuver's good. We'll keep that. We got Shopkeeper's Bane. We got Striker. We got Lecturer. We got Scavenger. We got Grapple with Death. Oh yeah, that was a card that shouldn't be in that. I just made a mistake. We need to drop 6 cards. We keep that. We got 2 Griffins. We got 2 Sloths. We got Evolution. We got Fractal. We got Hypothesis, Critic, and Parafractal. Right. So we want to get. We need to get to 17 lands, for instance. So, for instance, we'll put this up. So we've got 7, 14, 15. That's 17 lands. So we need to drop 8 cards, basically. Right, so we look at how many spells we've got. I don't think the Channeler's that good because we don't have that many spells. We've just got things that tap for mana. We'll keep the Increment Guy. We'll keep the Biomancer. We'll keep the Colony. Virtuoso. We've got Aviator. Right, we'll keep the Maneuver. We've got Bane. There's not. I'll get rid of the Striker. Okay, so now we're looking at what else we want to get rid of. Right, so we need to get rid of some cards. I'll get rid of one of the Biomancers. I said one of them, so right, we need to drop 5. We'll keep the Cuboids. I mean, Virtuoso, we may be able to get rid of some of them. I'm struggling, I'm trying to work out what ones to drop. I'm tempted to drop a mascot. I'll keep one of them. Right, so we're at 45. I need to drop some staff. When you cost this good for the end of turn. Okay, so it's not the thing. So we need to drop 3 cards basically. We're nearly there, 17. We probably trim one of the things. Not actually sure. I'm going to drop the Aviator. I don't know if it's correct or not. Right, we've got 42 currently. I may just leave it. I mean, the aim is really to drop. Like, I might just play 42. I can't work out what to drop. I think this is all right. So we've got some of our stuff. I mean, like, let's just say, all right. So we've got. You look at the pips and add it up and see how many 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm counting 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 14, 15, 16 green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 blue. So this should be 8, 9, 10, 11. Probably 6 islands. So we go to the islands. It's around 6, 3, 4, 5, 6. So that gives us 8. Is that right? 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, that seems right. That's 42 cards. Now it's whether I should drop a card, then I probably would, but I can't be bothered to work it out. So right, so let's go to the game, and we're splashing 1 red card. We'd ideally have liked another way to find our red card, such as a rampant growth kind of thing, but we have card draw. Right, I'm using OBS Studios. Sorry about that. I don't know if that came up for you. To record this on PC. Game is also available on mobile as well for those that only on mobile. That's okay. I've got 2, 3, 4. I've only got 1 colour, but it seems okay. I'll probably keep it. I've got knockout maneuver, for instance, if they do anything. I'm only at silver rank, but I've got a lot of experience in these things. It's past the only because I can only use how the arena economy works. You're only able to really do 1 draft a week or so. I forget it has a life entry trigger as well. So now we've got a basically... They could have had a road, which is one of the rares, new rares from this. Yeah, the 2/2 with lifelink, that seems also pretty good. So now we've got a knockout maneuver, for instance. We could even do that for tempo. It is a sorcery. I'm just going to go to combat. I think we can get better value. This also has the inbuilt pump thing, and it is at instant speed, so we can see if they block, for instance. Now they're... Right, we're just going to play this. It's a 4/2 trample, for instance. And for instance, I can use the knockout maneuver to greater effect to kill something bigger. This also kills... destroys artifacts or enchantments, of which we don't think we have any in the deck. Alright, so now we can do this to greater effect. So we can basically use knockout maneuver, for instance, to target this. Now, if they have an instant speed removal spell, but we have to do it as an instant. So now it puts that up to, I think, 5, whether they have an answer. So this gains me life. They're attacking for 7 now. And it's looking like they need to do something or they're just going to struggle. There are quite a few repeat things they can do in red and white. For instance, the red damage spell. That's a 3/3 first striker, right? That's okay. That lines up quite well with the 5/3, for instance. So now I can attack with this, so I can make this in 4/4, for instance. Combat. Sure. So they basically they burn their combat trick. That seems fine. I've got things to follow up. Ideally, we needed an island, but like we've got stuff. I'm at the point where like they can't really attack with this. I may attack with this later, but like I need it for a combat trick. Sure. So now they have this guy is a flying and vigilance. That's pretty good. They're playing quite passively though. Or like they probably should attack with this. They've got good blockers into this guy, really. Anyway, it seems fine. I'm not sure I can attack. So basically, I'm going to play the guy with reach and increment because it lines up quite well with their flyer. And now it's going to try and stall the game somewhat to try and get to my larger things. Alright. Don't forget to use the full control option. They're using Damnation Sleeves, which are like a powerful magic card. Yeah, that's a 3/2 that basically enters prepared. And then it's quite expensive, the sorceries they are attached to. They're all basically, most of them are older cards. This one makes 2/2 red things. There's the extreme, some of them are really powerful older cards. There's stuff like Lightning Bolt, like Demonic Tutor and stuff, various attached to various creatures. So now I'm going to see if they attack with the flyer or not. So if I draw a land, depending on if I draw an island, I can potentially play these two guys, for instance. Alright, we did not draw a thing, so now I've got a choice whether I'm going to play this or not. So I'm going to play, if I play this guy or this guy. I'm potentially going to do this guy instead, because and I'm not attacking. Alright, let's see what they do. Hopefully we'll draw an island. What have we got, 7 red sources? Yeah, so they're creating the spirits, but like, why are they doing that now? Because it doesn't affect the combat. They want to wait until you can do it at the last moment. So that basically means they've got less mana available, and I think they're less likely to have a combat trick. Okay, so that means they can basically flash back the thing. Yeah, so they're just going to play. They're going to have a load of creatures. They're basically looking at like if they have an overwhelm kind of effect, we give them +X+X. All right, so that's good on our point. So we've got 5 mana. So we're going to basically cast this Death Touch guy, for instance. And then I'm going to cast this guy. one of my friends is on at the moment. Yeah, so our guys line up fairly favourable against their guys. They can attack. It's basically whether they have the spell that gives all the guys plus X plus something, which is a fairly common effect. That is a good one, because that's also a modal one as well. That has 3. So it's got 3, 4. Yeah, I mean, I have to work out whether I want to block or not, and it's like, I don't want to block. We have an island, so we can do something. This is an instant as well, so we can play for we've got 6 mana. So we can cast, for instance, this. I'm just going to wait, so I'm going to do it as no attack. Because we can mill 7 cards and then put a creature from them among them onto the battlefield, for instance. We can also play Flash Cuboid Colony. So we can also potentially kill their guy as well. They're probably just going to attack with a flyer, for instance. And then pre-combat. They do have a full free flyer on the ground, though, which is favourable. Which goes, it can attack into our Death Touch guide when it doesn't think. So they can attack me and I can do all this as instant. Yeah. So before blockers, I'm going to tap this and this, for instance, play Keyboard Colony. Then I'm going to cast Bone for Life. This thing is going to go quite big. That's unfortunate because I milled out something but we've milled out the Sloth. Then we're going to go to block. And they just gave up. Basically, they can kill one of my guys, but I'll still get value off it when it dies. Anyway, yeah, you should wait to play your spells at the last minute. And we're progressing. We're on Silver Tier 2. Silver is also one of my chinchillas. He's a South American rodent. He's featured in one of my videos. I did a video on my chinchillas. Check it out if you're interested in that kind of thing. Right, so we're going on to thing. We'll show you all the gameplay, and hopefully we'll show you some packs that I open in the prizes at the end. My friend's playing Total Warhammer 3 on Steam. I don't know if you get that pop up or not. So I think it only captures the main window. Right, so we've got Keyboard Colony. We've got on 2. We've got a selection of card drawing, and we've got some thing. And as you see, the Bear Druid is very good. I need him for the thing. I'll play him in my bear deck in Commander. I think he's just good. Right. Wish them luck. They're using turtles thing, so we're going to go. Don't forget, use the full control option. So at least bluff you have a spell. So they're playing Lawhold or Boris. I'm probably going to call it the thing. So so this has the mechanic. So when one more card leave your graveyard, and it's okay. So unfortunately, we didn't get a double green source, but we're going to play this. Because it basically evolves. It gets bigger when you cast a spell. If mana spent is greater than the power or toughness, it triggers on either. So we just attack. This can also gives me green mana as well, which is what we need. So now we can go, let's say, Scavenger or Evolution next turn, depending if I draw land. Okay, so that's 4 damage. Seems good. I'm not blocking it. Right, so we've got a thing. So we've got 1, 2, 3, we've got 5 now. So we can now cast. We're going to cast this. So it's a 4/4 guy with Death Touch. It's worth bearing in mind this Bite to Life is an instant. So like I used it in the last game, we can use it as a combat trick as well. Yeah, that's kind of unfortunate. So it's worth bearing in mind with prepared is that you need the creature on the board to cast the mechanic. So the basic thing is, we're just going to play this guy now, even though it's not great. We'll get the increment value, so we're just going to stun things. Anyway, this guy's a 6/6 travel. It will get the job done quite quickly. We've got Evolution. Right, this guy's a 4/3. It basically returns from graveyards as a sorcery speed, so it's got that return mechanic on it. So we can do either this. So we're going to give this, it's a way to give this Vigilance, so we attack with this as a 7/7. It can block. Sure. It's got Trample. Right, and then we just end the turn. So at the end of their turn we can say quick study, for instance. Yeah, I wasn't so sure on this card, but it just seems quite good. Yeah. Is this the uncommon one? Yeah, it's when more cards leave your graveyard. So basically, it's got Lorehold has this mechanic. It doesn't feel very Borisy to me. Like, okay, sure. So in their end step, basically, we're going to cast Quick Study, and they're probably at the point where they can't actually attack. Yeah, we've seen this guy already, right? So it's going to put +1/+1 counter on it. It can't attack into my 7/7, for instance. So I'll get a Quick Study. So we're going to play our land. We're going to go to combat. So they basically they're not in a good position, basically. They basically have to. So now what we want to do is basically we want to cast the Professor. And we're going to basically leave mana to flash in the Cuboid colony. Because it will just draw us a card and hopefully we can evolve into things. I don't really feel there's much they can do. Because they might kill one of the creatures, but we've still got a board. Yep. But they're tapped out. So basically the aim is at least to, like, they will get triggers, but the aim is to do things at the last moment you can, because at least bluff you have a combat trick. So for instance now, before blockers I can do this. I'm not going to block in this one, okay? Right, so now I can do various things pre-combat. For instance, I can do this. I'm going to draw some more cards. We've got our red source. Right, that's going to build this guy up. So we actually are going to play this now. Didn't like that, but it's alright. Sorry, I need to see if the dog needs to go out. She looks like she might need to go out. You need to go outside? Maybe not. Right, so I'll see if I can finish in start. So we did this Quandrix Surveyor. And that will dig for a thing, a land or an X-Spell. Okay, so they basically took the thing. It's like I was trying to get the X-Spell. I didn't really need to play the card, I don't think, but like I got quite good value off that. It just a nice curve. They say like 90% of limited people, if you don't have the rares, for instance, you just play 1, 2, 3. It wins you the game well quite a lot of the time. Right, I'm a 2-0 at the moment. Right. Don't forget, like, comment and subscribe. It helps me grow the content. I've been playing like 25 years now. I like to give back to the community. I do like playing other TCGs as well, but like Magic is the main one, really. And draft, as I say, is one of the best ways to play the game. That's kind of it. So if I had a green source, I would keep that hand because it's got a nice curve. And you see, if it was a green-blue land, I would be tempted because I need to basically draw at least a land. But no, it's a send back. All right, okay. So that seems fine. I'm going to keep 6. I'm going to send the Professor back because it's double coloured, for instance. But like the other stuff is fine, so I'm going to open with the Forest and pass. So I'm going to go Island on the next turn because it enables us to potentially do that on turn 3 if I want to, rather than the thing. They've played a Forest so far. Right, so we've got the knockout manoeuvre. That was good in the last game. I was thinking if he did kill the creature, the turn I played the knockout manoeuvre, fizzle, and it wasn't looking so good. Right, so we're playing against. What was it? I'm trying to remember all the colour combinations. Right, so I'm going to go to combat and see if we can. We've played the land now, so we basically. Okay. They're probably going to game, but like. It has this inbuilt combat trick on it, so I can play that if I want to. I thought, right, hopefully we'll hit a land, and then we've got things we can do, because this basically digs us to another land, for instance. But it seems a good removal spell. That was the thing we saw earlier. Alright, so we've got grapple. So we've got game now, so we go to combat, we attack for 2. I'm going to pay the Perifractal, it's not great, but like I'm going to pay X is 2. We've also drawn all our mountains, for instance. Right, so it's basically a 3/2 flyer. This card seems very good as well for common. It's also a frog. I only advise for a couple of frogs, so Gitrog is the frog, is mine. Yeah, that's also quite good. They've got 4 cards in hand. Yep. They don't, basically, they've basically got a load of the payoff, the enablers rather than payoff card. I'm going to see if I can get them to block. They're probably not going to block. Right, so we're going to play this. We basically, so we're on a high amount of cards. They're basically playing their cards, right? Each opponent discard a card. Yeah, so I'm going to keep the 3/3. I'm going to discard a knockout maneuver. Also, this has gain life. Yeah, so they've only got 1 card in their hand. It's gain 2 life. And use only if you cast an instant or sorcery. Alright, so we're going to use Paradox Surveyor. It digs. Okay, so we've got an X-Bolt. So this is a bomb. Right, so we can do X damage to any target, draw 2 cards, discard a card. We might also be better just waiting for that, or we could cast this. I'm going to cast this guy. Looks for basically a land, so we're going to we've got a second. So we need a second green source, right? Just in case our guy dies. All right. So we're not going to attack. We're going to see if they attack because we've got a 4/4 effect for here. We've also got 3/3. Yeah, that's a Soul Sister effectively. Well, like they don't look like they've got any. This is basically. Yeah. They're going to gain a lot of life, but like they're not got any payoff card yet. Alright, my turn. Alright, I'm probably just going to play this. So we've got a pump mana here. They may be able to attack. We might have to do this at some point to just draw cards and try and get us into. We're basically looking at. Trample Ward, at the beginning of your end step, sack permanent unless you gain life this turn. That's an interesting card, okay. So I can now kill this because the ward is discard a card, right? I only check ward whenever ward becomes an opponent, you can counter unless the player pays the ward cost. So I can basically. Sure. So I'm not going to take any damage, but lose all both my team, and the colony comes down. Right, so now we've got a selection of things, so we can go 1, like this, 3. Oh crap, I tapped wrongly, didn't I? Anyway, they've got no cards in their hand, so it looks like we might stabilise. We dealt with the 7/6, that looked like Alright, so now we can do things. We can basically just cast the Sloth. I need to leave blue red open, for instance, but like we can 1, 2, 3, 4, like this. We're at a point where we can probably start chipping with the flyer. We may even do the traumatic at some point. Sure. The sloth's very good because they they can have the alright. So now we can start basically applying some pressure. We're going to attack with the flyer. They don't have a flying blocker. We can either risk it, study, or critic. We can just do it in an end step, so it's fine. So the thing we want to kill is the 2/2 Death Toucher. So feed the swarm is just deal X. Well, the target's creature, each opponent loses 1 life. So this is whenever creature you control. Okay. We could draw 2 cards in response. I'll draw 2 cards in response. Right, so that's our flyer, but we've got a larger flyer, so we don't really mind that much. We're just going to cast the Perifractal. We're going to sink all our mana in it, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, so we can cast X is 7, right? That seems good to me. It's also got a 2 life on entry trigger, which is okay against what they're doing. So now we've got an 8 power flyer that wins us the game in thing. So we've got Traumatic Critic. We might probably leave mana open to do this next turn, for instance, and we can start attacking them with the flyer. Because our blockers line up very well. They're normally just going to play out all their lands. If you see, I've got reason to leave my mana open because I have an X spell, for instance. So we're just going to go to combat and attack them with the Fractal. Then in the end step, for instance, we can do Cuboid Colony into Critic. If we don't have any target, we might just shoot them to the head. So I can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. X is 7. Yeah, and they basically they're gonna kill the colony, but like I'm gonna get so much value off it. Right, we've got 100% wins, and then you say I don't like Simic, but like we'll go. It's about adapting to what you have, and this draft is going okay. Let's see how we go. I don't think I've got anything amazing, but I'm 3 wins. I'll be happy if I go 4 wins or plus. All right, well at the end we'll show you what packs I open, and then you say I need to do my chinchillas entertainment at the end, and so they go out for exercise every day. All right, I recommend. Draft to all players. See, they're using the same avatar as me. I said all my cosmetics are from the season pass. I think that's fine because we've basically got the Professor. We'd ideally like another land, but this worst case scenario is it surveils, so we can think. And the Fractal's pretty good. My other friend is playing Halo Infinite. I'm playing PC Steam version. Game is also available on mobile. Works perfectly fine on mobile as well. It's more stable than the Hearthstone client anyway. Let's say I feel the Hearthstone client is not amazing, but it's stable. Right. It crashes normally at least once every session. Right, so now I've got a section of things. It's whether I play the Professor or the Lecturer. The main thing to see is the Lecturer might be the thing. Right, so the Lecturer will get us more value because it enables us to get into the Perifractal earlier. So, and it's like so we're going to play this. He only taps for green as well. I think I mistapped my mana a couple of times in the last couple of games because I forgot it only tapped for green. It's very similar to there's another elf that does the same. Is it Marwyn? Now I've remembered what it is. Yeah, it's Marwyn. It's basically a similar thing to Marwyn. Only Marwyn was a rare. So they're playing Lorehold. they may need another red source, which is like, okay. So basically next time we can do a selection of stuff, it's what we want. So we're going to play the blue thing. So they've only got white mana available. So so what we want to do is basically, do we want to go for a bit, the Professor or the Sloth? I just think we're going to go with the Sloth because it's just quite good. They can respond to the trigger on this. So basically it goes up to 3 power. Right, so now we're just going to do like piles. Now we're probably looking at if they don't kill the thing. I mean, the Sloth is basically quite good, even if it dies. It's 4/4 with reach. We're not attacking, we're just passing. So next time we've got potentially 6 mana, for instance. We can get either Perifractal, or we can cast the Professor and the Shopkeeper's Bane, which is what I think I'm going to go with, because you'll get a bit more value over it. As they say, you'll get a trigger on increment here. Okay, so that's not good. That's the Lorehold thing. Yeah, that's pretty good. So that's a 5/5 with Flying and Haste. Each instant sorcery in your hand is Miracle 2. So what's that do? You know, each pen up, you may discard a card if you do so, draw. Oh yeah, Miracle's an old mechanic. So it's like the old card that had this one was consuming Bonfire, for instance, and like I'd definitely rip that off the top. So you may discard a card to draw a card, and then for instance they can Miracle it. You move your card, but they're not going to be able to draw it then. They're not going to be able to play it. Yeah, Bonfire, consuming Bonfire was one of the best cards in the thing. So like this game is looking like I need to deal with the dragon basically. So we'll play this. So we're going to say what do we need to do basically. So we want to get. So I might be better with playing the Perifractal for not a lot of value because like I can, or I can play the Professor. So we can. All right, let's do the Professor. I think I'm saying if they kill this, I'm going to take the damage. All right, so we'll play the Professor. I can cast a Perifractal now, but I don't think that's what I want. So we're going to cast this. Oh, I did that in the wrong order, didn't I? I should cast this. Alright, so we've got a red skull, which is good. So we're going to cast this. No attack. Right, so we're going to basically oh, that's kind of this enter's prepared, so this can tap the Sloth down. Yes, I'm going to take the damage this turn. I'm like, but like, if I draw a red source, for instance, it's looking quite good. I'm probably going to, if I do if I draw the red source, I'm probably going to do it as a sorcery. Because then it will avoid the Miracle trigger if they get something in their upkeep, for instance. I really want a red sword. Oh, we've got second Sloth. That is quite good. Right, so we're basically going to go to combat, for instance. Decline because there's no thing. So, right, we're going to attack with this, for instance. Yeah, attack with this. So it gives me 2 life. Yeah, that's fine. It tramples as well, so now we're going to cast 1, 2, 3, 4, plus the Sloth. Ideally draw a red source? No. Let's say I'm probably going to cast the Perifractal. So we're going to say, what is it, 3, 4, 5, so I can do X is 3. I don't think I'm going to get better value off it. But now I've got 3 blockers that line up quite well, and it's like, see, I've now got 3 blockers. Unfortunately, they get the point where they're going to thing. I'm going to cast this X is 1. I know it's not great. I want to basically use it for a Surveil trigger, basically. Oh, I can't even do X is 1. I can only do X is O, yeah? Okay, I'm going to do it. X is O just to get the Surveil. So I don't want any of these 2 cards. They don't do anything. You basically want a red source because I think I'm not far off burning them out. We've got 3 blockers for this. So these line up quite well. I've got like 12 power of blocker, for instance. And let's see what we get. If I get to a red source, so we'll see if we can beat the Lorehold Dragon. So if you're a pre-release, I know this is going to sound unproven, but like if you're playing again with the pre-release kit, which is like what they do now, is like I feel the chance of you seeing the dragons and stuff, the like kind of landmark cards out of the pre-release packs are quite high. Right, so that's another blocker. Right, so we're going to play the game where we can see how many guys we can attack with. So I can bid in combat, I can pay X, so I can move X onto this perifractal, for instance. So X is 3. Like I don't think I'm attacking. Like I'm not attacking. See, I know this is a sorcery. I know this is a sorcery as well, but like I'm going to do it here. See if we can get out of this. The dragon is a problem, but they've got 4 cards in their hand. I've got my blockers line up very well. I've got like 4 flying blockers. What's this do? So this is 3 damage to each opponent. Yeah. I need the red source basically. When this creature dies, discard number cards in hand. Okay, so that seems fairly good. Pay X. So I'm going to say move the counters. I'm going to move them to this. Take action. X is 2. Going to move 1 to this. I'm going to attack them with just the 8/7 and see if it goes. An end turn. My blockers are still relatively good. I don't have huge amounts of timeline. Yeah, so that's 4 damage to target creature, right? So that kills the sloth, sure, but like I'll still get a death trigger. But they get a Surveil 1 trigger, so it's not bad for them. It means, and these pests also, if I go to combat with them, so is it when it? Yeah, when it attacks, it's not a death trigger, it's when it attacks. I need to draw a red source, I think I'd win it. Extra target code for each of these cards. So what does it do for each of these cards? It's only when I play it until the end of the next turn. So that means I can play the perifractal, for instance, and these 3 things do block the dragon, right? I've still got blockers for the dragon. I can, like, these pests also line up quite well. They'll also give me another trigger. Sure. So I'm at the point where I can attack. I can play the perifractal. I'm also at the point where I need to draw basically a red source. Alright, so that's quite good. So we're going to go to combat. So I don't have anything, so decline. I'm going to go to combat. I'm going to attack with these 2 small things. They're just to get an attack trigger, for instance. I know you're going to block, but that's fine. I want the attack. I want it to be on a slightly higher life cushion. Then I'm going to play this. And then we're going to play this. So we've got 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we can do X is 6. 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see I've got a lot of things. A lot of things are going to trigger. So now the fractal mascot is quite good. It's a 6/6 with trap block. So it will be able to stun down the dragon, for instance. That puts a +1/+1 counter on instant trample, but like it still doesn't get through my 3. I've got 4 flyers. Sorry, I've got 3 reach creatures and 1 flyer. Sorry, got the wrong. Yeah, so now I've got probably going to play the fractal mascot because I can stun down their flyer, for instance, and then I can stop attacking with the thing. So I'm going to play fractal mascot. So now I can pay, yep, X is 2, auto pay. Going to make the fractal bigger. So I'm going to attack with the 7 power fire. So now basically they're dead if they don't have an answer. Mortal note, what's that do? Deals damage to target creature, untap all creatures you control. Okay, so that could be worse, but like they have to pay X so they can sink most of their mana into it. It basically means they can untap, but I've still got good blockers. So I don't think it's the end of the world. It also has flashback, which means they can pay it from the graveyard as well. So it means they can do it, but it is a sorcery, so they won't be able to do it in combat, for instance. Anyway, I hope you're enjoying the new set. It's a Magic Universe set. It's in the minority these days because they're a bit more focused on the extended universe. Anyway, if we're talking about extended universe sets, I am looking forward to Hobbit later in the year. I mean, it's one of the books I remember reading at school, for instance. That was one of the best ones we did. We went to the theatre to see the play. It was long before the Peter Jackson thing, anyway. They think about how much they can put into it. Because they've only got 7 mana, yeah? So they can only put X is 7, so they can't kill my 10-9, for instance. They may be better not putting mana into it and just untapping their creatures. Yeah, but so they could, for instance, untap the dragon and maybe they draw something. But like, I don't think they've got a good combat. Yep. Well, we're cooking people. I mean, say I play Simic. It's not my favourite card mode. We nearly at gold rank. Had fun, I guess. This is like, unfortunately, I've never played enough limited, so I don't feel a lot of the games are games. Or like I feel in that, I knew what to do. If they, I thought the dragon would be, but the dragon wasn't that bad. Really, they would probably needed like a good hit off it. We're at 4 wins. Let's see if I can get 7 wins. I can't remember going 7 wins. Well, not well. I've been recording it anyway. Right. Let's see how we go. I don't think the deck's anything special, but like, okay, so that's basically we've got 3 lands. We've only got to have 4 drop. I'm like, it's like, I mean, it's close. I'm gonna mulligan it. I'm going to keep it. I'm going to send the fractal back and hopefully we'll draw something. Because like the thing's relatively good. We've only got like a bit. Right, so hopefully this develops. It's worth bearing in mind this only thing. So now we've got the perfect. We've got the Surveil land effectively. See, they have one of their own. That's the other campus. Let me know what your favourite school from Strixhaven is. Right, so we're gonna cast the thing. So it's a 4/4 with thing. Right. So they didn't kill it then, which is a good start. But like, you lose access to the prepared mechanic if the thing dies. So you can get the thing. We use this to great effect in earlier. Right. So we're basically just gonna go to combat. We know there's a chance it will die here, but no. So So that's 4 mana. Right. So our choices are play the Sloth or play the Griffin. We're probably going to play the Sloth because we get a bit more value if it dies. Like next turn, we're probably just going to play play a land and cast Bind to Life in their end step. Yeah, so destroy creature. It's a smite the monstrous effects, but so they could also do it on this, but I'd get a death trigger. Anyway, it's not the worst case scenario. We did draw the blue source. I'm not sold on this guy. It seems a bit meh to me. This guy's very good though. Right, so we could put a +1/+1 counter on the Sloth and make it 5 this. This has got Vigilance, or we could attack and see if they have the thing. Or we could just play this and see what they do. I've got a death trigger anyway, so I'm just going to go to combat. I don't mind if they balk. I thought that was probably the case, so we're just going to play this way. We've got knockout maneuver if they want to, if they do anything, it's deal damage basically equal to power target creature and opponent controls. This card is also fairly good, but like honestly, this guy lines up fairly favourable into their guy unless they have a combat trick. They could have a combat trick. This is a sorcery, right? Yeah, this is a sorcery, so they could do that. We've got an island now, so worst case scenario is we can surveil one in there instead. So it's like, do we feel they have a trick now or not? It's whether they do or not, or do we want to leave mana open to surveil? I'm just going to pause. No tag. So now we've got the expensive surveil land on its 4 mana surveil one, who basically means we're more likely to get to a card. We can always bluff having a combat trick, so we basically set up full control. They're using Soul Ring sleeves. So many different Soul Rings now. These are the original land, these are like Urza's, I'm gonna say. Yeah, they're Urza's Saga, the one with the cogs. Tapping that down, yeah, it makes sense. They do play their land quite quickly pre-combat, so like I don't know if they have a trick or not. Yep. So this is the increments when we cast an instant sorcery spell. This gains flying surveil one. Oh shit! I should have gone. I went through a bit quickly. I should have basically used it to surveil. Basically, anyway, we're just going to pause. We're going to set. I forgot to set up the stop, so I lost a trigger that I should have got. They've only got 3 cards in hand, bear in mind. Stop. I basically set up all the stops. Yeah, I'm trying to record and do gameplay, so it's the thing. I wouldn't have made that mistake in paper. You can just in paper set like a counter on top of your library to make sure you hit the trigger. Alright, so we can get a thing. So basically, if they go to... Yeah, so that's a raised dead. So basically, they're not going to get a huge amount of value off it now, for instance. They basically probably should have done it in the thing. So we basically surveil one now. And resolve. Another sloth, that seems good. Right, so we can play this stuff now. Attack with the Gruffalon, is that what they say? Gruffalon. Oh, it's a giraffe. Yeah, now I get it. It's also basically the Pokemon. Yeah, they're just going to block. Okay, that's fine. But these two blockers line up fairly favourably anyway. We've got knockout maneuver, but we do not feel we need to use it. Yeah, they can return that to tap a creature. That seems okay. It doesn't seem amazing. So, but basically the sloth, unless they have a second trick, I mean, like, yeah. It does give that guy flying, like, which and a surveil one. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's the black-white land. This guy does have reach. I don't know if they realise that or not, but it's not like there's a bow on the card. In paper, like you might get away with that. So let's see. Our guy lines up fairly favourable into their guys. I'll see if they attack me. They might attack me with the flyer. They may not. So they're attacking with a 4-2. See, I'm not blocking. My other friend is playing Borderlands. Okay. Borderlands 2 though, bear in mind it's not Borderlands 3. It actually runs, but Borderlands 3 is like struggling to run. Right, so I'm basically going to put a counter on target creature. It's going to fight something. Right, and then we're probably going to go combat and attack with the, say, the smaller one. This game is looking alright. It looks like I missed one trigger off the land, which I mean was kind of annoying. I shouldn't have made that mistake. Alright, we learn. Sure, so then it's basically -3, it. Sure, so unfortunately the sloth is going down, I would think. Yeah, okay. He goes down. At least he makes something on triggers. Alright, we can carry on. We've still got some stuff, so they've got this thing we know about. +1/+1 gains vigilance, which is fine. They've got 2 reach guys, which line up fairly favourable, and we're just trying to get to the thing. We basically look like we just want, when he casts an instant sorcery spell, this creature can't be blocked. It's a good Silver Quill card. I mean, I will get draft Silver Quill hopefully at some point. Hopefully it'll be at the weekend. I'll be doing my first one. So we basically use the surveil mechanic. Now, do we want that or do we want something else? I think we can get greedy. I think we don't want. I don't honestly think we're attacking at this point, so we're just not attacking, we're just pause. We just want to get to the X spell, and I'm like, yeah, they're using their land. Makes sense. You see, our guys line up fairly favourably into what they're doing at the moment. We're just trying to... that's a bomb. When the creature enters draw a card, each player loses 1 life. When you cast an instant sorcery spell, the target creature X up 1 target creature, so it's a flicker kind of thing. It's quite hard to cast though, it's like... When you cast an instant sorcery, yeah, they're going to get lots of good value. Alright, at least it's some kind of game. I'm basically just trying to get to the X spell. Yeah, you see they're going to get a huge amount of value this turn. So they're basically going to get the 2/3 guys going to be unblockable. Then they're going to flicker something out. They're going to get a triggers, so they're going to shoot me for some amount. I'm on 8. So this guy's unblockable. Yep. So it's also going to be bigger. Then it's impossible. I need to draw the something kind of spell at this point, right? Yeah, I can't get through. So they draw a card and lose a life. So like, I'm going to use the land. I'm basically, most cards bar the X spell will probably not keep, because they're like, there you go, that doesn't do it. I can theoretically do it in my upkeep. But like, I'm going to say, am I dead this turn? There's a chance actually, because this is where the creature can't be blocked. Yeah, unfortunately that doesn't do it. I think I need to draw it like a spell this turn. I may be dead here. Resolve, I'm basically looking for the X spell. I've got it, but like I don't think that's going to be do it. So I've got basically this guy will be can't be blocked. So if I attack with these, I'll gain life, but I can block. I've got 5 blockers. They've got 5. Something will go through, but I feel like I'm best not attacking. No attack. I think I'm like so close, but I feel I'm dead this turn, but I could be wrong. Yeah, I'm aware they have the tap spell, we know that. So this way basically then flickers something. Is it target X or... Oh, he does mine as well, so you can just flicker out my guys, and I won't have enough blockers. I am just, let's see what happens, but I'm pretty sure I'm dead. It will make the page unblockable, the page will attack me for free, and then I've got 3 blockers, I can block the biggest 3 for instance. I am just gone here anyway. Right. Couldn't get to the button. Not a bad game. Alright, so no, we won't let us put that off. We'll go to the next one anyway. We're doing alright today. I feel like if I draw that card, I know I can scry my upkeep. There's the point where you can do it. I needed it because I thought I needed something good that turn, and the land wouldn't change it. If I drew the spell about a turn earlier, I was close. I could also get, for instance, the thing that would stun one of his guys, but I don't know if that will buy us enough time. Our hand wasn't fantastic, Right, this fine. Oh, like handy's fine. It's got both colours. We've got 2-drop. We've got 3-drop. We're fine. Like if the scavenger, for instance, lived a turn, we could have got maybe a bit more value off it. Playing against another Lorehold deck. Well, probably a Lorehold deck. Right, so our next choice, so basically we'll play the land and then attack, because basically we've got mana available to pump, for instance. And then we've got the option of the scavenger or not, so there's a chance that they might do, so we're going to play it like that, and like see what they do. So I've got a choice between these. I'd rather play this now. It's a 3/3 with a thing. So it looks at the top 5 cards. So we're looking for we've got a mountain, which is alright. So we'll play said mountain. Alright, it's a 3/3 with reach. I'd rather use the scavenger a bit later, or when they've got access to the less mana. So unless they've got something, oh yeah, it's got flashback. So that card seems kind of meh to me. Right, so we can play, for instance, we can play this. We can go to combat. Oh, we've made, and then I'm going to play the scavenger. So then you've got bind to life as an instant, but like hopefully it'll get us a bit of value. If it lives a turn, I can just do it as an instant. Right, so that's a lot of people playing that guy. Not sure if it's good or not. I haven't decided. Yeah, that's a road. So basically, we're going to take an action to get a land. So basically, we'll get a red source. Go to combat. Yeah, it's also worth bearing in mind in Arena, if you're playing in paper, you should basically, when you're playing basic lands, you should always make sure they're the same artwork. So to know if people cast, say, forces or any of the hand targeting things on you, so they can't really tell as easily what ones. I'd recommend doing that in paper. In Arena, you can tell which one you've seen because there's a little eye icon on it. Yeah, we would have got a bit more value if we, in this turn. Hopefully they won't make a dragon or something. A road's definitely a good card for constructed. I mean, it will see play in nearly every format. It's pretty good. It's like a Path to Exile, but like the difference with this one being it's a kind of like a Path to Exile, but it's Destroy. It's not Exile. And it does Planeswalker as well, for instance. But it's got it will see play in all formats though, pretty much. A good card. Yeah, so now that's a 4/4 with a 5/5. Okay, so that is perfectly good because we have now got a target for this fractal. So we're going to cast this fractal. We're going to get us a trigger on this. So we're going to tap this, for instance, and like we can actually go to combat because we've got even the 2. Because like we're not doing anything with this. The 2/3 can go in as well. Right. So now the 6/6 with trample looks like it's pretty good. If we draw another kind of key card, if they don't kill this, oh. This does untap creatures as well and draw cards, so they can use it to untap this, for instance. But I don't think they're in the position where they're actually attacking with this because the 6/6 is going through most of their things. But it is more versatile. It's tap or untap. It's basically a white twiddle. Yes, they're doing it correctly, which is cool. I don't mind them doing that. I can't really penalise them for it. All right. Don't forget to like, comment and subscribe. Helps me grow the channel. I've been going now on YouTube for like 3 years. I've done like 150 videos. Although they're not all Magic. There are a lot of them are TCG related. I cover a lot of other TCGs like Hearthstone. Did videos for Eternal as well. I also do a lot of video game content as well. So they're leaving their guy back. So I'm not sure if they have a combat trick or not. But like we're probably going to find out. This guy also has reach to block their go, for instance. Like, they can do that when you copy, and so if they cast Striking Palette, for instance, they can copy a spell. Alright, so that's the Perifractal. So, but basically, we're going to do this, we're just going to go to combat. We're going to attack with the 6/6, just the 6/6. We're going to leave it back, we're going to leave mana for the Perifractal pre-combat. So, +2/+0 and gain a monstrous roll. So, yeah, so, okay. I'd say Monstrous Rage was banned in like standard. I think So it's a very fair thing. So now we can cast. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We've got 9. So we can play X's 7 into this, and that should be like finish the game quite quickly if they don't have an answer. Worst case scenario is I'm gaining 2 life off it. I think my dog's outside. I'd like to see what she's doing. Hopefully she's alright because I can't really do anything. You alright, Sophie? I'm just trying to finish what she's doing. I should be alright for now. Yeah, I should be here soon. Alright? Sorry. Yeah, so this is a 6/6, so the fly's 8 power in the air, so it's like we can't like they can block, but like we're just going to attack with the fractal, for instance, and like there's no reason to think. So like now it's fine, and we just wait. They need a fly base. This doesn't have evasion, and we're also probably at the point where they can do anything. So they've got the spell. Don't they not have the spell where they can think? Yeah, there are lots of cards on the extra sheet in the set. There's stuff like Vampiric Tutor, there's Force of Will and stuff. A lot of the cards we've prepared on copy older cards. They're just ways for them to like. I don't mind cards that have versatility. It's not a bad thing, but like, are some of the cards too powerful for limited? Probably. My dog is just trying to get in. Soph, you coming in? Hold on. Soph, say hello to YouTube. He said my dog is come to see. She said, "Really sorry, you're not playing Silver Quill, but she's all right." Right, we'll go into the next one. I'll show you the packs at the end. All right, going to play my first paper draft of the set at the weekend. We're doing a double draft at my local Game and Play. So hello if you're in my Game and Play group. It's like 10 minutes from where I live. We got free land, we've got like 3 drops. We're going to keep that one with Footsie Finers, like okay, so we're going to keep the 7. Obviously we're going to open with a forest and a pass. Right, so we got the elk. Doesn't have reach, does it? No. Alright, so I'm going to leave mana to do another one, basically. I could kill that thing, but I don't want to. But like, I can get a bit more value off these cuboids by thing. We're trying to get to the fractals, sorry, the mascots. Yep. They're going to make a treasure token. So currently they're racing me. So I'll take the 2. So I'm going to flash this in. Right, so we're getting to the point where we can basically do something. So I'm probably going to do a knockout maneuver, target the creature I control. So this, for instance, targeting the creature in opponent control. And then we're going to get 2 triggers. So we see with that now we've got 6 power fire. We flap in. Yeah, like flyers is a common thing. It's been around for a long time. It's mainly blue-white. 5 damage target creature. Oh, that's kind of annoying. But like I've got a thing. It's done its job, right? It's done a lot of damage, right? Right. So we're getting there. So we're only basically we're land off casting like the fractal mascot. We've got 2 of them as well, so if we do 1 back to back. Come on, Sophie. Just finishing on my YouTube video, so that's a 2/3 fly with Surveil. That's okay. But we'll be able to stun it with the mascot as long as we draw another land. This is kind of like a battle screech, which is like, but like the battle screech makes flyers. So pass to combat, pass to attackers. So we need to basically draw a land. So there we go, so we've got a land. That will basically stun the block, and then everyone else can fly through in the air. So we attack for 5. And like next time we can play another one, for instance. And like it doesn't really matter. Exile target non-creature non-land from your graveyard. Okay, so that will deal 5 damage to target creature, so that's going to kill one of the flyers, that's okay. This has got trample, so this will go over the ground marker. So now I'm better stunning the 3/2. That should be enough. Trample for 4. Yep. Doing okay today. Are we 1 win away? I think we're 1 win away. I don't think I've got 7 wins. Alright, we're doing alright. Right, so we're 6 wins. Let's see if we can get another one. You get an achievement, I believe, if you go 7 wins. I can't remember if it's 7-0. It may be going 7-0 gets you 1. And there's lots of achievements for based on playing X, like limited events. I think it's like 100 or something. Gets you something. We'll show you the packs at the end. You go first. using the Moogle Capo as the thing. Oh, that's basically quite good. Other than it doesn't have a green source, I'm probably going to mulligan it, considering I've got like, was it 8 green sources? I'll send it back if I had a green source. I'll probably mulligan it. I'm going to keep 5. I'm going to send the Professor back. I'm also going to send the Expel back controversially because I don't think it does anything. We need basically, I should hopefully draw into something to evolve the Cuboid, for instance. They were pretty good. What have I got in 3 in my deck, isn't it? Alright, so we've drawn something which we can play, so we just pause. They've got the swamp, okay. Those are, yep. It's also a nice frog. What's that one do? Award an increment, put a counter, create a fractal. That guy seems very good. I mean, it's 5 mana for him. Alright, so we're going to get, worst case scenario, we can get, okay, we can get good value. We're going to do this main. So we've got 2 power. And then we're going to attack with the flyer. We've got the brute, Bane, sorry, next turn. Seems okay. No block. We know they can pump it to a 4 on the board. We'll take it. I don't know how good that thing is. Not really sure. Now we've found a 6-drop, so we're going to play this pre-combo. So now we've got the fractal next turn. I mean, I may even be able to trade the 4/2 for the 2/2 if I want. But like, this is when it attacks. It goes through, like, if this gets 1 more trigger, for instance, it blocks it fairly competently without a trick. Three mana to pump. They've missed the land drop, right? Oh yeah, but they've got the Trove that does tap for mana. I forget it taps for mana. Next time we'll probably just cast him a Fractal, the tap their guy as a blocker. Yep. it's got a looting ability, so discard a card, draw a card. Yeah. So that's 2 damage to any target. Okay. Won't be doing it this turn, right? So it's 5 to flashback. Yeah, and by the turn our thing will be out of reach. Alright. Right, so our options are to stun this guy or stun one of the blockers. They don't have pump mana, but like, I'm going to attack with the 2. The 6/6 lines up fairly favourably. They can flash it back at 5. That requires them having 1 more mana. They can also dig with this guy. I mean, Looter with haste is quite good. Then I've got the Sloth, for instance. Quandrix charm. Yeah, so they can do this. That will take them all their mana. All the guys are outside of range. Do they have a blocker, for instance? Because if not, the 6... all my team are going in. That wipe the entire board, right? See, that's quite good. So now I've got basically 2 options. I can play the Cuboid Colony or the Sloth. I've got 5 mana. I'm just going to pass. At the end of the turn, I'm going to flash in the Cuboid Colony and then play the Sloth in my main phase. That's quite good. We knew that was coming, we knew they had that, so they got 4-3, right? So now we've got a selection of things, but like they're going to have to block. They've got like, we can hypothesis, for instance. Okay, we're going to combat. Because worst case scenario is it dies, right? And it dies. So now we've got a choice between the thing. We get 2 pests. We're probably casting this, so we got 5 mana of these, so we're going to sink 4 mana into it. We're going to have to keep the Sloth and row the rest. They got 6, looking good. They need 2 blockers. They need 3 blockers. Like 2 blockers. They actually need 2 blockers in that thing. Right, was that 7-0? We're gold rank, right? We're 7 wins, sorry, not 7-0. Right, I'll just open the packs and then we'll round up the video. Yeah, 7 wins. We've got 2,200 gems and 6 packs. Nice. Probably my most successful draft. Right, anyway. Right, let's open the packs and we'll show you what we get. So we've got a Tarkir booster. We'll open that first. Wingcrag Siege, nothing fantastic. Alright, let's open. We're just going to press the open all button. I don't have time basically to show you. Right, so you've got a selection of wildcards. We'll just show you the rares. The wildcard's always useful. I think it's the worst thing about the game from Arena. That's a Paradome one. A Mythic wildcard, always good. Deathclap Blade, I mean most of the lands are good. 3 wildcards, that's pretty good, and 2,200 gems. Alright. I think that's everything. Alright, thanks very much for watching. I'm sorry the earlier video didn't come out. It was just problems with the software. Anyway, thanks very much for watching. This has been Matthew. This has been Matthew Hawker Gaming. Don't forget to check out all my content. They're all linked in the various playlists. So I do various content for various other CCGs, Magic and Arena. They'll all be linked. I do various video game content as well. Alright, I'm off to do my chins and then I'll be back tomorrow. Probably going to do a video for Diablo. I'm going to be playing the new Paladin class, I think. Alright, thanks very much for watching and I'll see you again soon. Bye.